What you saying, my people? What you saying? You already know who it is. Loudmouth Grenadian. You already know. Welcome back. This is the weekly show. We look over all the anime of the week. This is being recorded on a Thursday. So most anime has come out by now. I've got my notes. I've got my feelings, my emotions, my everything, my wits. No maidens. But we are here today to discuss all the happenings in every episode of anime that I watched during the week. Maybe you watch it too, maybe you recommend something to me, but without further ado, let's just go straight into it as per normal. Like, comment, subscribe, worship, give money, I don't care, as long as you're here next week. Alright. First off, Mob Psycho episode 3. Not gonna lie, not much went on, but that's the course of Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho, or as I said last week, always starts off a little bit meh. Not much goes on in terms of plot, but you know, you just watch it to keep up to date with the happenings. And that's even reflected in my notes. My notes have little compared to that of Bleach, Chainsaw Man, My Hero. So I'm going to start off with Mob Psycho, and first of all, it was an okay episode. You know, it's pretty standard for the Mob Psycho series. This one explores sort of Mob sort of coming into his self as he becomes popular at school, as he becomes more recognizable in his community, and how he reacts. And how he reacts is he becomes a Chad. Not literally, but the way it's visualized in the story is he gets a double chin and he's looking ripped. That's how he sees himself. This is only because most girls are now paying attention to him. They're not treating him like shit. They're actually treating him nice. And that sort of increase in popularity has gone straight to his head. Because we're talking about Mob Psycho here. Well, Mob, his name's not Mob Psycho. But he's notoriously a shout-out, you know, he's quiet, no one really pays attention to him, no one really bothers him, so he's more or less a silent character in terms of the school. But now everyone's starting to, you know, see that he's there, he's getting a lot of attention from the females, especially his crush, and yeah, it's just going to his head. He's not used to all the attention, and in terms of his relationships, it's improving, you know. What's his name? Oh god, I forgot the guy's name. The polka dot spirit guy. Oh wow, I've really forgotten his name. Anyway, I'll put a text saying what his name is. Anyway, he tells Mob, you know, look, this is just normal for everyone else. Please don't let it get to your head. It's totally fine. This is what, you know, life is supposed to be like. You get friends, you get notoriety. And Mob's just like, well, I think you're just using me. So, you know, it's already going to his head. You could tell, again, through the double chin. Everyone knows the double chin is the mark of a Chad, okay? He thinks himself as a Chad, and we just move on from there. And sort of the background plot of this episode is that there are multiple religions, multiple faiths, multiple cults, if you will, multiple groups who are claiming that the giant broccoli in the middle of the sea is their doing, that they're responsible. You have the psychics we previously met in the last season. You have these new groups who's about nature. You have these new groups who's more religion based. You just have a lot of people coming forward and being like, yeah, we did this, follow us, join us. But we all know it was Mob when he went insane last season. That fight he had with the leader of Claw, what a fight. What a fight. But everyone's trying to, you know, use it to their own advantage. And then there seems to be one mystery character who, I'm not gonna lie, he looks weird to me. I do not like him. He looks really weird and wrinkly to me. He's sort of giving off this edge of yeah, I'm gonna use this to my advantage. I'm the one to look out for. I actually have psychic abilities. And so the leader of the committee, which is trying to get Mob recognized, tells Mob, look, you need to turn up, otherwise something's gonna take your place, and we don't recognize him as our leader. You're a leader, turn up, state your claim, and let's just get this sorted and out of the way. Same time now, Mob has already made a commitment to the head of the telepath club, saying, yeah, we're gonna look for more telepaths. And so him in his big head mode is like, yeah, I'll turn up to both, it's fine, it's whatever. He tells Reagan about the situation. Reagan at first was like, nah, seems kind of lame. But then he realized there's money to be made, and there's notoriety to be gained from Mob saying, yeah, this was me. He's like, yeah, go ahead. He actually gives him money, proper money that he can use to buy stuff, actual money. He tells him, go get yourself something nice to wear, look presentable. And so he goes out, he bumps into Hanazawa. You know, Hanazawa is the cool kid, you know, the other psychic of the story, and yeah, takes him shopping, gets some new drip, and no, this is a drip down. This is horrendous monkey shirt. It's disgusting. But Mob being Mob, he doesn't know any better, so he just wears it thinking it's cool. And we fast forward to the audition, as they call it, and this guy who's dressed up as Mob steps forward. He's like, yeah, this is me, I'm your new protector, your new guardian, you could worship me, I made this giant broccoli behind me, you all know what it is. Everyone's saying, nah, you a liar, bro, and so he demonstrates his psychic ability, and it looks like an earthquake. Now Reagan, he's watching this on his TV, he calls Mob's not picking up, his phone died, and so that's how it ends, and that's the whole episode. Again, it's a pretty standard episode for Mob, not much in terms of plot, more towards the development of Mob himself. And yeah, I'm gonna give this probably like a 5 out of 10, maybe 6. Just a standard Mob episode, nothing too different. It did give me a couple laughs, actually not even laughs, like smiles, when he went to Giga Chad. But apart from that, nothing new, nothing different. And, you know, it's just building up. It's building up. You know something's coming down the line, but instead, we're just building up for now. So yeah, on to the next one. Okay, picking off with episode 1036 of One Piece. This was a more emotional based episode. There wasn't much fighting to be seen. It was more of the emotions of the samurai and the One Piece crew involved since they heard the news that Luffy was basically taken down. And so from the beginning, we have Queen just taking it to Chopper. Chopper's, you know, he's lost his confidence. He's worried about Luffy. He's basically sobbing at this point. And he's just taking hit after hit after hit after hit. But he's not fighting back anymore because he doesn't know what to do. It's to the point where even the samurai's like, why are we fighting anymore? Luffy's gone. Who's going to take out Kaido? We're screwed, basically. We are screwed. And we get this little update that Onigashima is floating over Wano. So originally it was where it was, but then because it was made to float, it's now hovering over Wano. And so what's happening is they've started to highlight that the gifters have been given the demi-dongos, the dumplings, whatever you want to call them, by, what's her name? I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot her name. I'm really bad with names, people. Forgive me. But they were giving them the demi-dongos, which, you know, affect only zone-type devil fruits. And they're just, you know, putting a spotlight on it, sorry, simply because it's going to come into effect later on. At that time, Izo, the Kappa, Sanji, and Zoro, well, Sanji, Kari, and Zoro, they're fighting through samurai to go reach back to the center of Onigashima. Queen and Perospero are noticing Chopper's not concentrating, he's crying, they're just bullying him. Straight up, they're just bullying him. They're just saying, you're scared, you're about to die, you know this, no point fighting back, we took out your leader, and you're next. And just basically breaking his spirit, trying to make him quit, basically trying to end the fight using words, getting in his head. And yeah, I feel sorry for Chopper. I really feel sorry for Chopper. Chopper's like the little brother of the crew. He's still learning the ropes, he still needs support here and there. So this news that Luffy has been taken out, it's really hitting him hard. But thankfully, Sanji arrives, and oof, this beautiful kick. Let me tell you something right now. Just before Sanji arrived, Perospero used that arrow attack where he shoots a bow and arrow and it comes sprinkling down, and they were just about to hit Chopper. Sanji uses rotisserie strike to kick Queen in the head, causing him to spiral into almost a helicopter and deflect all the arrows, saving Chopper. It was ridiculous, but it was a great scene, very nicely animated. Sanji the GOAT right now. Sanji, VIP for the episode, VIP, MVP, all the P's. Sanji, he reassures Luffy, he's like, look, how many times have we thought Luffy had died? Do you remember Water 7? When it looked like he got taken out by Lucci? Yeah, come on bro, he's got this. Support your man, bro, support your man. It's a nice moment. You can really tell the bond between the crews of One Piece. He literally chucks Zoro over and he say, look, Zoro's gonna wake up soon, he's taking some medication, he's gonna be fine, just look over him, make sure he's okay. And this sort of inspires the samurai to be like, yeah, let's keep on fighting, let's keep it going, and we'll defeat Kaido. Luffy may not be here right now, but don't worry, we got this for now. And then it looks like Sanji's gonna fight Queen, and this is gonna be an interesting fight, mainly because of the history between Queen and Sanji's father. And yeah, it should be a good fight. We now switch over to Kaido and Kinemon. Kinemon's outclassed. It's not even 60, 40, 70, 30. This is 100% just wiped. But he's still trying to do something. He's still trying to prove to Kaido, look, samurai, we ain't on joke, we on smoke, bro. So stay here and deal with this. Kaido's like, look, bro, this is ridiculous, bro. Just chill. Even goes to the point where Kinemon stabs Kaido in the leg, but Kaido's just looking at him like, what are you doing, bro? This is sad. This is real sad what you're doing right now. You know I'm a flipping dragon, bro. You stabbing me in the leg like I'm supposed to do something? If you don't get off me. And then it cuts to this flashback, and it's when they first arrived back from traveling back in time. They visited the graves of themselves, because in 210 they died on that night, but they traveled back in time due to shenanigans, and they visited the graves. And at the grave, Kinemon tells Momonosuke, look, it would be safer if you call me Dad, because we don't want to give away that you're still alive, but it would be better for you if you just call me dad. That way people won't try to kill you. Momonosuke is like, fine, but you can't address me the same way, because in Japanese culture, there's a way of addressing people of higher stature, like in life. So it would be like if you met the queen, you'd be like Your Majesty. If you met the president, you'd be like Sir. So in Japanese, it's Sama. Momonosuke Sama. So there's this funny scene next where he's just repeatedly saying Momonosuke, Momonosuke, Momonosuke Sama. But you're supposed to drop the Sama. And now Momonosuke is getting angry because if you don't drop it, people are going to catch on. So it's just a little scene to show how, what they went through when they got back in time, what Kinemon is fighting for. And it's just to show the respect and the bond they formed since traveling back in time. And it's a lot of stuff, like Kinemon trying to teach him how to fight, Kinemon just looking after him. It's just lots of moments to just show why he cares so much for this young guy right now. And yeah, Kaido, he knows what's going on. He's like, look, you're just stalling for time. This fight's already done. You think I won't be able to catch up to Shinobu? Really? That ninja? You think I won't be able to just fly over there and eat her? Are you stupid? Yeah, just pass out, bro. I'll see you in the morning. Shinobu, she has Momonosuke, and he's like, look, I need a frog. I need a frog. I need a frog. He takes a frog and he gives this announcement. He lets everyone know, look, Luffy is fine. He wants me to tell you that he will be back. So keep fighting, because I'm going to be back and I'm going to fight Kaido. It was a big moment. You had music swelling up. You had the people realizing, cool, let's keep fighting. It was a real big moment in the episode. And that was it. Again, it's a pretty standard One Piece episode. Not much in terms of action. I'll give it a 6. Key moments: Sanji arriving to save Chopper, the history of Kinemon and Momonosuke. What to look out for? I would say in this episode, the ones to look out for is, Sanji, he's the MVP of the episode, obviously. Just this episode is more about the bonds between characters, because you had to look at, Sanji and Chopper, Kinemon and Momonosuke, just how those two act and how they relate to each other as family, as a crew, as a unit. And this is mainly just an episode to demonstrate that. And now we have set up fights in the future, because Zoro's going to get better. He's going to be back in the fight. Sanji's fighting Queen. Kaido's going to go after Momonosuke, and you still have Yamato who's going to go and fight Kaido. So a lot of things happen in future episodes. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for One Piece this week. Let's keep it going. Okay, My Hero Academia. A lot of stuff is going down in this episode. A lot of stuff going down. Let's get straight into it. I forgot to mention last episode that Eraserhead and Mike Loud, I forgot his name. Mike, so I'm really bad with names, I'm sorry. They're getting emotional because they basically figured out that the guy teleporting Shigaraki around was their former friend, and the doctor had captured him and basically turned him into some sort of Nomu, if you want. And so they were emotional when they got to him. And that was just the one bit I forgot from the previous episode. Okay, in this episode, the heroes are making moves. They are sealing off exits, making sure no villain is escaped. They're trying to trap them in one area and sort of force them to a small confined space where it's just easier to capture them. A villain manages to alert Redestro, and Redestro was not prepared. He was just about to have a meeting when this guy comes up. He's like, the heroes are here. The heroes are here, sir. We need to do something. And last episode, I talked about that villain commander who tased himself to attack the heroes. Yeah, he's not taken out just yet. He goes to make a move against Kaminari, but Edshot, he uses his quirk. His quirk is Folder Body, I believe. Folder Body, where he is able to fold his body and into different shape. I don't think different shape. I think he's able to extend it like a piece of thread, I think. And he takes down, sorry, the villain commander by sort of shrinking down into like a thread shape by using a technique called 1,000 Sheet Pierce, which leaves a small hole in his lung, and he said it could kill you if you move around, so just stay still and you'll be fine. Midnight comes in. She uses her quirk, which is somnambulist, but she lets go of pheromone, which knocks out people, and so that finishes off the commander as well as a bunch of other people. And Kamui Woods, his quirk is, forest based. He captures a bunch of villains using a technique called, I think it's lacquered chain prison. One of the students of Class B called Mudman, he softens the ground and traps villains in there. You had She-Mage, who can make mushrooms that incapacitate people. She takes care of some people as well. So this is just the fodder villains being taken out by the heroes, by the class members. Just getting rid of the big, number of useless soldiers so we can focus on the bigger ones. And it's a great scene. It shows off the capabilities of the heroes and the provisional heroes. Just shows off what they can do. And I feel like that's great for anime, not just to focus on the main characters, but also boost the importance of the side characters. Unlike some anime, Naruto. But yeah, we switch over now to Hawks. Hawks has managed to, he sort of, how do I describe this? If you imagine one of those spiky balls you get in like those 1 pound machines, he's sort of done that with twice, but each spike is like a feather. And this way, if twice tries to move, he will get, cut by these feathers. It's then where he realizes, crap. Hawks was a traitor, and he is not taking this well. See, when Overhaul, there we go, killed Mags, I believe his name was Mags, his friend, he blamed himself. He says he didn't see it coming. And so now that he's been betrayed again by a hero, he now feels even more that he's to blame and that he just feels stupid and he let his friends down, he let the whole team down. But it's just not the case. Hawks was just working for the other side, mate. And Hawks, he's gotten a bond with Twice. He tells him, look, just come with me, get arrested, do your time, and come back out. I'll help you, bro. It's fine. We don't need to do this right now, man. I had to take you out because you are a danger. You could multiply yourself multiple times. So you are a threat right now. But Twice is like, you know what? I have to fight you because you are my friend. And now you've betrayed me, so I have to take you out. And there we go. That's the fight. Twice versus Hawk. It switches over now. See what they're doing? They're setting up stuff, but they're switching scenes. It was a good scene. You can really get the emotion from Twice. You can really tell, damn, I've really let the team down again. Next scene is with Fat Gum, Sun Eater, and Tokoyami. If you remember from, I believe it might have been 2 seasons ago, when Deku did that, when everyone did that, what's it called? Well, what's it called in America? That student program where they would shadow a hero. Fat Gun was the one where he could eat lots of food and it, grows his body, but then he could convert that into energy. And you have Sun Eater who can similar power. He eats, but then you convert that into physical transformations. And then you have Tokoyami, which has Dark Shadow, which is stronger in dark places. They formed like a little trio, and they go off to head off all the other exits just to make sure no hero escapes. Sun Eater debuts a new move called Vast Hybrid Chimera Centaur. Whoa, that's a mouthful. But it's Vast Hybrid Chimera Centaur. And it takes out a bunch of people. Just a massive bunch of people. That's how powerful Sun Eater is. And he receives praise from Fat Gun, but Sun Eater, being the social anxiety guy he is, he's like, no, it wasn't me. We did it as a team. Blah blah blah. Bro, get your praises. Get your praises. Take it. Because not many people will praise you. Take your praises, bro. Fat Gun tells, Tokoyami, look, down there it's dark, barely visible. I want you to go down there, handle your business, make sure no villains gets out. So Tokoyami, he's been training, getting control over Dark Shadow, and he sends him down there to, destroy the exit so no one gets through. On the way there, Dark Shadow, he comes across Destro, who manages to push him back for a minute before, collapsing the tunnel and pushing Destro through. So he was stuck in the middle, and the exit was collapsed. Sorry. But then Dark Shadow, he comes back and he tells Tokoyami, they got something down there, bro. They got some massive guy down there just chilling. And Fat Gum says, well, look, that's Gigantomachia. He is a monster, but he will only listen to the leader, Shigaraki. But Shigaraki, he is not here. He is currently in a deep sleep, getting worked on, so we won't have to worry about him. Tokoyami's like, how do you know this? And Fat Gun says, it's because Hawks went undercover. He's undercover and we got this intel from him. So we don't need to worry about Gigantomachia, something like that. I hate saying that guy's name. So he takes Tokoyami, and Tokoyami's thinking to himself, where is Hawks? I want to make sure Hawks is okay. Him and Hawks, they did the student program as well, and Hawks helped him out. He became a better hero, and yeah, why not? Why shouldn't he be worried? He should be, because currently Hawks is fighting twice, who in a short span of time has multiplied himself and is ready to assault him. But Hawks, because of the alignment of his feathers, was not a problem for him. Was not a problem. Just stuck out multiple places, and they did their work and they took out everyone. And he managed to get twice underground and was about to kill him when Darby comes in. Darby comes in and saves twice, nearly crisping Hawk like a fried chicken, nearly just taking him out of the whole picture. It was quite the save. And he's telling Twice, look, it wasn't your fault, bro. Just relax, we'll take care of this. We'll get through this. Darby reveals, I never trusted you. And even if you did kill Best Genius for us, I just never trusted you. I just never did. And so he mentions that Hawk is running low on feathers and there's going to be a matter of time before you can't fight much. And so Darby goes for a fire attack, nearly burns Hawk. But what happens is Twice is running away so he can go help the others. Where Hawk, the way it happens is the fire pushes Hawk out the window Hawk flies over the building round and it's about to hit twice. Luckily for him, Darby fired out just behind twice just to get him away from Hawks. And it's just then where Darby reveals he knows Hawks' real name, which he shouldn't do because he never revealed it to anyone. So that's another mysterious tweak that we have about Darby's character. But yeah, Hawks is like, that's fine. I've done sufficient damage to twice his organs and bones to where he won't be able to clone himself that many times. He's basically weakened and I just need to finish him off. And Hawks, he manages to get behind twice just as he's making a clone to save his friends who's being attacked by a hero. Now Toga and Mr. Compress, they're being attacked by, it looked like a guy who has similar abilities to Deidara from Naruto, and he manages to kill the hero, but he essentially sacrifices himself because he leaves himself wide open and Hawks chops him down and says no. And the clone that saves Toga and Mr. Compress, he says his goodbye. He says, I'm sorry I let you guys down. You guys were my family. You guys mean so much to me. Please, please, please save our family. Says his goodbyes and he passes away. And R.I.P. Twice. Twice was an interesting character. He was always the quirky one, the funny one, until we learned his history, where he came from. And it turns out it was quite tragic. You know, he cloned himself too many times to the point where he didn't know if he was the real one or the fake one. It was just really, really sad. And it's only recently he got more confident in himself. He was able to distinguish for real from fake. But at the end of the day, he's a villain and they got to be taken care of. But yeah, great episode. 7 out of 10, maybe even 7.5. Great episode. Great showcase of the heroes. Great progression of Darby in terms of this mysterious character who's everyone's been guessing who he is, why he has beef with Todoraki, how he has beef with his Endeavor. But yeah, it's a great development on his part. Great showcase of the side characters. And yeah, it's a good episode. Good episode. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc Majigger. Episode 2 opens up U-Hulk sitting like a top G. And this whole scene is just a savage display of his carelessness, his disregard for life that isn't Quincy. So in the previous episode, he had cut off the hand of a Aranka called Ludas. He said, you were talking about being given permission to talk, so I'll take your hand. And he tells Ludas, look, you can sit down on the floor if you want to. In pain, I realize I've taken your hand. But if you're sitting, then you don't need your legs, do you? Are you gonna sit? And you're like, no. You're good. I just came to tell you that the barrier that you sent me to look at, I gave you an estimation of it. Sorry, I skipped a couple scenes. My bad. Sorry. So it goes back to the house where the gang isn't worried about Ichigo. The new... I'm stuttering way too much. Hang on. Sorry, I am stuttering way too much. I just wanted to compose myself. So yeah, the new Shinigami that has jurisdiction over Karakura Town. They asked, well, are you guys worried about Ichigo? You're not going to help? And Chad and Uryu make the comment that, we've been through a lot, seen a lot of stuff. He'll be fine. he comes back to the house and he says, look, the fight's over. Don't need to worry about it. Everything's good. Ryunosuke gets a call from, what's his name? The Soul Society. And they get relayed the news that all the squad members of Squad 1, or 116 squad members, were killed. And that Vice Captain Sasakibe was killed as well. And this moment confused me because everyone was like, oh, like depressed and concerned and worried, but they never really had any interactions with the character. So in my head, I'm thinking it's probably just because of the situation, you know? They're depressed that a lot of stuff is going on at the same time. So it seems like they must be connected. And just as, you know, Ichigo is just out on patrol, who should arrive but Pesh and Nell? These characters are OGs from the series, from the Arrancar arc. And they arrive out of nowhere. And literally Nell comes out of nowhere and assaults Ichigo, headbutts him right in the stomach. And she's crying, she's telling him, look, Quaco Mundo was attacked. And now we cut back to Ludas with his one arm, you know, telling Yuha something. So 2 days ago, Ludas was sent to assess the border intensity to see if it could be breached. This was between, I am guessing, the Soul Society. No, it's something to do with the Soul Society and where they are right now. Maybe Yuha can't go to the Soul Society, so he's checking out the border, sorry. Ludas says it's going to take 5 days. 5 days. So remember, he just came back, so he's going to say it's going to take 5 days from when I'm back now. And Yuha's like, are you a prophet? Can you see the future? You know, Luda's like, no, I can't. I can't do that. But Yuha responds, so why are you worrying about the future? And Yuha kills him. Head gone. Dead. He looks to Asguero and he goes, look, you've done what you've done. You served your job. You're good. Kills him as well. U-Hawk is a savage. In retrospect, I probably should have just put the two moments together instead of going by what happens in the episode, because it makes more sense. But yeah, just ruthless and uncaring, just dead. It turns out these were just soldiers, Arrancar soldiers, who were being used as basically fodder, you know? And he is alerted by one of his stern rears, the Quincy's, that Aguero had used his medallion. And a medallion is used to steal Bankai from Shinigami. But when he looked into it, there was nothing there. But U-Hawk is not surprised. So we cut to the Soul Society, and a funeral is being held by for Lieutenant Sasaki. Everyone's there, all the captains, all the members, and it's a cremation. And there's just a little glimpse of the relationship between Yamamoto and Sasakibe. And people are upset because it seems like they cut a scene where Byakuya explains the relationship between the two and says that Lieutenant Sasakibe only learnt Bankai for Yamamoto. He was only a lieutenant for Yamamoto, and he promised to serve until Yamamoto died. And so a bond was formed from there. It's sort of similar to, you know, Whitebeard and the Whitebeard crew. You know, they only serve each other, no one else. And so it's a very difficult time for Yamamoto. This is where we learned about what happened to Quaco Mundo. So when Quixote, Stark, and when Baragon was killed. Halle Bell, my queen, my other wife, Halle Bell and Mirko, my two wives, get used to it. Halle Bell took over as ruler for Hueco Mundo, and she was attacked by U-Hawk and the Quincy's. She was defeated and taken away, telling the others to get out of here, find help. This is where, the Rancor soldiers came from, and this is where Pesh, and now are here for. They'll need Ichigo's help. And Ichigo's like, yeah, man, let's go. Let's do this. Uryu? Is that how you say that? Uryu? Yeah. He says, no, I'm not going to help. Because there's a chance the people that did this are Quincy's. No, he did this because he's a Quincy. And it's not my place to get involved between Hollows, Arankars, and Shinigamis. It's not allowed amongst my people. But, Ichigo's like, fair enough, why not? This is where the GOAT, Urahara appears. He's like, yeah, that's cool, let's go. And they take him all to the shop. Because there's a way to get to Quakermundo through the shop. It's through the Barabanta, something like that. Anyway, this is where he said, I noticed you were fighting. I noticed that Hollows are disappearing. I also noticed that two Arankars just showed up out of nowhere. So, I have my head on a swivel. I got this, bro. And so he takes them to Quakermundo, where there are just bodies everywhere. They're not burning up as per usual. They're just there, dead. All the Hollows and Arankar are dead. And so this makes Ichigo even more determined to help. The prisoners, the Arankars who survived, they're taken and they're being killed off for sport by Stern Ritter J. Forgive me, I'm gonna butcher this name. I think it's like Quill J O P. He's basically just torturing them, saying, oh, there's this big selection process to see who gets to remain, who gets to live, and who gets to get killed by me. And he's just having the time of his life. He's literally just stabbing them one by one for fun. Just for fun. Lolly and Melody, they try to fight back. They try to escape, but they're fodder, bro. They're fodder. It's where the Stern Ritter makes the comment that if this is who was in Aizen's army, this is pathetic. Pathetic. He starts to walk away when the Tres Bestia, these were like Halle Bell's squad, personal squad, they turn up and they took out all the fodder. Well, they're taking out the fodder. And that's when the Stern Ritter's like, this is interesting. Fair enough, why not? We cut back to Soul Society where there's a squad leader meeting. Everyone's there, everyone's talking. And Mayuri, he shows up and he's like, look, you all know Hollows have been disappearing. They've been going at an alarming rate. It's disturbing the balance we have. We know what could happen if this continues. And we know who's responsible. It's the Quincy's. We thought we killed them all, but they're back. We cut back to the fight between the Tres Bestia and the Stern Ritter. And the Stern Ritter has wiped them all. It wasn't even a close fight. It was just quick and they're just bloody. He doesn't even look scratched. He doesn't even look like he's hurt. And just then, that's when Ichigo arrives, and that's the episode. Another great episode for Bleach. It was a great episode. Good evolution of the stakes. It had a good emotional moment with Yamato. Yeah, it was just a very good episode. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. The animation's on point. I like the opening. Very good. But yeah, stuff to look out for in this episode. The involvement of previous characters from the series is good. I love it. The rising of the stakes. Like, U-Hawk is someone different. We all know Aizen's the GOAT, but U-Hawk is just something to behold. And yeah, just another fantastic episode. Yeah, highly recommend. Alright, last anime of the week, Chainsaw Man. Fantastic debut last week. Great music, great opening, great animation. It opens up with Denji being a backseat babe. He's just chilling in the back, enjoying life, and he's just like, I'm hungry. This is when the woman from the last episode tells him, look, you're mine now. You're my dog. You're my pet. Whatever I say, you have to do. Because if you don't, I will put you down. Simple as. Denji, he's rightfully scared about this. He's been used to being used, but he's actually getting good treatment for once. And this is where he believes that Pochita is dead. This is what he believes, that Pochita is now gone. And so they go to a spot. He orders some udon, and he's getting food. He's living lavishly, but he's in love. This is like the first female he's encountered who expresses any what's the word looking for? Any positive feelings towards him. He's basically simping right now. He's just like, I would do anything for this woman right now. Before he could eat the udon, he passes out. And his explanation is, using those chainsaws takes a lot of blood out of me, so I'm just a bit weak right now. He explains that Pochita had to die to replace his heart. But that's when she reveals, no, she's alive in you. I can smell it. I can smell it. I have a great sense of smell, and I'm getting 2 distinct smells from you. So I think he's alive. He passes out again, and he wakes up to eat his food, and we learned that her name is now Makima. That's her name, Miss Makima. And she's saying that, oh, I don't need you passing out, let me feed you. And she starts feeding him. Then she asks, are you into me? And she said, yeah, sure, I'm into guys like you. Bro, don't fall for this, please. It's a trap. Don't trust her. This is the most obvious trap I've ever seen. Do not fall for it, bro. But of course he does. He doesn't know any better. So they go to the headquarters now, and she's just giving a brief explanation of what's going on. There are 1,000 devil hunters, which include actual government officials and civilians. And she goes on to say that, oh, this job has great benefits, healthcare, dental, insurance. You're good, bro. You're good. But Denji's barely listening because he is falling hard for this woman. Saying like, oh, I'm going to make her mine. We're going to get married. She's the one for me. We're going to make love. And then they arrive at her office, and he's given a uniform. And this is where he meets Aki. I don't know why I said Ali, but Aki Ayakawa. He started there 3 years before he did, and he seems cool. Kind of reminds me of, I'm going to say Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen a bit. Just a little bit. The animation looks similar. I wonder if it's the same studio. It might just be the same studio. But yeah, they remind me of each other. And he says, you're going to be shadowing him today. You're going to be looking after him. No, you're going to be following him around, just seeing what he does. And he's vexed. He is pissed. He's like, no, I want to work with you. I'm not going anywhere. You're not bringing me anywhere. I want to work with Makima. And Makima says, if you do good work, I'll work with you again. But go with Aki. And so he goes with Aki. He asks Aki if she's single. Aki takes him behind in the alleyway and mollywops him. He punches him, kicks him. He tells him, look, just leave. I can tell you're not in this for the right reasons, so just go. I'll tell Makima that you were scared, and I'll just tell her you ran off. But you're not here for the right reasons. I'm trying to be nice to you. I don't want you to die. Because you have some false motivation when other people who have real motivation come in here and they die. So, no, I don't want you here. So, Denji, he gets up and he just, he plays football with Aki's unmentionables, repeatedly saying, look, I'm here for Makima, bro. I don't care about you. I'm being treated nicely for once. If you think you're gonna scare me off, please. And so the fight continues. And it's not really like a serious fight. It's more comical than anything else, which I like. It's a good twist. But yeah, Denji just goes straight for the nuts every single time. And he wins just for going for the nuts. The guy passes out and he tries to make up a lie like, oh, there was a nut devil that attacked him and I just brought him here because I'm a good guy. But, you know, during the fight it seemed like Aki had feelings for Makima as well. So it could be the case, it could not be the case, but yeah. So they go back to the HQ and Makima explains that this is an experimental unit. We're using different methods to take care of the devils. But I need you to understand something. If this does not go well, you will be killed. Because you are a devil and we kill devils. So if you want to live, if you want to progress, get me some results. She says you're going to be staying with Aki so he can keep an eye on you. And so if you slip up, Aki will kill you without hesitation. And so he goes there for his first night and he's making this sandwich, which is just every jam imaginable. And it looked like diabetes on a piece of bread. It looked disgusting. But he ate it and yeah, he's enjoying it. He's never had proper food. Even if it is jam on bread. Remember in the previous episode where he just had bread with nothing on it? So he's just enjoying the amounts of jam he could put on his bread. It's actually kind of sad but sweet at the same time. He was whatever else. Oh right. At the house, he says that he questions, Makima's motivations. Is her morality. And Aki reassures him saying, she saved my life, so just go with it, but still, if you mess up, I will kill you. And he's actually shocked when Denji tells him, oh yeah, me and Makima, she gave me a hug, bro. She gave me a hug, bro. She wants me, it's fine, she wants me. And Aki's like, what? When was this? Yeah, back at the house, he taking long in the bath, he fell asleep on the toilet, he uses all the toilet paper. He's just being a really bad roommate, but that's to be expected. This is a guy that lived most of his life in a shed in the back. So he's liking the come up, he's enjoying it. They are sent to investigate what's called a fiend. Now a fiend is when a devil takes control of a human corpse. And Aki, he surprised that he had to explain it. But then Denji goes, well, he never went to school. Most of my life was spent paying off this debt my dad had. So, I don't know the ins and outs of this business. So, that's something I also take in consideration of Denji. So he explains that you're not a fiend because, there's a certain distinction, which is oftentimes, physical changes. So they come across the fiend and Denji kills it. It wasn't anything hard to deal with. It wasn't anything difficult. But Denji doesn't transform to kill it. He just uses an axe. And his explanation was, oh, I didn't want to cause it any pain. I didn't want to make a mess. Aki's not having it. Aki's like, look, this is a devil, my dude. A devil killed my whole family. Do not show devils mercy, because people are risking their lives to prevent devils from killing other people. So don't you dare show them mercy. Aki leaves the room, goes downstairs to talk to the police. It turns out Denji just wanted to prevent blood from going on some pornos. That was it. He was interested in the porn magazines. He didn't want to get blood on them. That's why he transformed. Ridiculous. He's basically Sanji. And it just continues. He's making the list of simps. Look up that video. It's during this time where Denji's sort of giving like a monologue of, well, all these people have goals, you know, he's doing this to feed his family. Aki's probably doing it for revenge, you know. What am I doing this for? And so he makes the holy, noble pledge that he's doing it for boobs. Yes, Makima's boobs. That's his whole reason for doing this, just for some boobs. He returns to HQ and he finds out he's getting assigned a partner. And they usually do like 2 people units just for smaller missions. And she is a fiend called Power, and she is just loud and out there. The way she enters the room is just, prostrate yourself, human, because I am here. Just very loud, very bold. I like her. She's very cool. First, Denji's like, I don't want to deal with her. Who is this? Turns out, because it's a girl, she has boobs. He's like, yeah, why not? Well, why not? Let's do this. Makima tells him, you know, because she's a fiend and you're a devil, if you mess this up, we're going to have to kill you both. So please go out there, make some progress. And Power, she's bloodthirsty. She just wants to kill things, hurt things, just get shit done, you know? And so they're just doing a parole, and Power, she just comes up and slaps in the back of the head. It's like, bro, I need something to kill. Get me something to kill now. I need it, bro. I need it. She starts smelling the air. She smells blood. And she follows the scent and it comes across a devil who's already been captured by, I think, a civilian devil hunter. And this devil hunter, I think she's calling for backup. He's like, yeah, I got this sea cucumber devil. She, captured him. He's just right behind me. I just need some people to take it down. The devil, Power, she comes up. She sort of like cuts her wrist and makes a hammer made out of blood and completely obliterates this thing in one hit. One swipe. And that devil is dead. And that's the end of the episode. Great follow-up episode. 7 out of 10 right off the bat. It goes to develop, you know, the whole organization they're working for. That there's many members, many units, many facets of this organization. It also goes to show just how far off Denji is from, you know, normality. Considering that he didn't go to school, never had like a luxurious, not even luxurious, a normal upbringing. And so he's just playing catch up to the others. Great introductions of characters like Aki and Power, who seem very cool. But yeah, this week in anime is a very good week. I'll definitely keep an eye on these anime. And yeah, that's about it. Be here next week for more of an update, more of a review. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.